Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on fractions part 2. In the previous video we looked at the fraction known as a half, that is 1 over 2. We saw some pictures that clearly explained the meaning of this simple fraction. This video will explore other fractions by using simple diagrams. Let's look at the fraction 1/3. 1/3 is written as 1 over 3. That is the numerator, remember? And this is the denominator. The circle, triangle, and rectangle to the bottom left each have 1/3 of the whole part, which is shaded a darker colour. So if we look at this part here, that's 1/3 of the total circle. This here is 1/3 of the total triangle, and this here is 1/3 of the rectangle. In the above picture, 1/3 of the apples are red. So altogether you have 3 apples, only one of them is red, so 1/3 of the apples are red. In the above picture, only 1/3 of the bananas are ripe. There are 3 equal groups, and only one of the groups is ripe. So that's why we can say that 1/3 of the bananas are ripe. The 9 tasty dishes above can be divided into 3 separate groups. One group there, one group here, and one group here. They are the olives, the salads, and the dips. So let's call this group here the olives, let's call that group there the salads, and let's call this group here the dips. Only 1/3 of the dishes contain olives. As you can see, each group has the same number of dishes, and here are the olives. So that is the only group which contains olives, which is 1 out of the 3 groups. And that's why we say that 1/3 of the dishes contain olives. Let's look at 1/4. In the 4 equal groups above, only one group contains cats. So the groups are equal because each of them has 5 animals. Okay? Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4. They are equal because each of them has 5 animals. So we can say that 1/4 of all the animals are cats, because only one group of the 4, so one group of the 4 contain cats. And there it is there. The circle, square, and parallelogram each have 1/4 of the whole part which is shaded a darker colour. There's 1/4 of the circle, shaded a darker colour. 1/4 of the large square is shaded a darker colour. And 1/4 of this parallelogram is shaded a darker colour. So that's 1 out of 4, which is 1/4. And finally, 1/5, it's exactly the same concept. The circle, the cross, and the trapezium each have 1/5 of the whole part which is shaded a darker colour. There is 1/5, that's 1 out of 5, 1/5, which is 1 out of 5, and 1/5, which is 1 out of 5. So this video has continued to look at fractions, and we've seen some pictures to try and increase our understanding.